everyone, it's your girl Angela Cherie, and we're back for another Convo with Community. You all really enjoyed our first installment of this series, and so we're back again for another one. Today, we're talking about how we can go from being inspired to actually transform. So, I know a lot of us, we get inspired by the inundating of all the pictures and vibes and aesthetics, but today we're going to talk about how we can take that inspiration and actually create action from it, excuse me. Today, I have a special guest, Miss Alexis of Blossoming Events. How are you?
I am doing pretty good. How are you?
I am well. So, before we jump into this amazing conversation, I'm going to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself.
Okay, well, obviously, like you said, I own Blossoming Events here in DFW, Texas. I started my company about a year and a half ago, so now I'm able to do it full time, which I love because it's grown so much in that year and a half. But I do wedding and event planning, coordination, and florals and design. So that's my main focus for my business.
Yes, and we have to make the announcement that you also are the official event planner for That Girl Global.
Yes,
Contracts
so
have been
excited.
signed, no backseas. So we're super excited to have you on board for some of our future larger ticketed events. We're super excited about that. All right. So again, we're talking about going from inspired to transform. So I'm going to pose this question to you as well as the audience that will be watching. All right. Have you ever watched something or heard a message and felt motivated, but nothing changed?
All the time. I mean, social media is always around us, right? So I know constantly scrolling through reels, there's all these inspirational posts and these people who are doing big things and starting businesses and their businesses are blowing up and all these different things. And of course, it's hard not to be inspired by that, right?
Right, right. It's Pinterest for me. Okay. I am a Pinterest girly now. It took me a few years, but I'm now a Pinterest girly.
Really?
And I'm always on Pinterest saving a lot of things that I want to do, crafts, recipes, and I never go back to them. Okay. I
Yeah.
have just all of these lonely boards and lowly pins. And so tonight, that's kind of what we want to do. We want to shift or set the tone, I should say, to really create some level of expectation, not just from those who are watching, but maybe even us as well. So, can you recall a time where you bought a book and didn't read it, signed up for something and didn't follow through? What did that feel like versus when you actually followed through with something that you were inspired by?
Um, buying books all the time. Yeah, I constantly see things, especially at like Target. I'm like, oh, this is a cute little like emotional journal thing. You can kind of learn about your emotions and all these other like inspirational books and stuff. I bought them all the time, especially in college. I was like, I got to get my life together, and they still are sitting in a drawer. They have not been touched once, and I've gotten them out again a couple times, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'll definitely do this now, and then it goes right back in the drawer. What the biggest thing I guess right now that I felt inspired to do and I actually followed through with was starting my business full time. I had seen all of those like social media influencers and different things like that. Just all these people that I also looked up to in my own life. They started their own business, they just went for it. And I actually decided to go through with it and just quit my full time job. And now I'm doing this full time, and it has been amazing. So that's the
I
biggest thing
love
right now.
I love that. I love that for you. One thing I heard is you went for it. And that's
Mhm.
super important to realize and understand when we're talking about inspiration and going into transformation. You got to go for it, right? You got to put yourself out there. What is the saying? Do it afraid. Sometimes you got to just do that because if not, it just becomes this, tucked away passion or tucked away desire that never gets to fully live out. It's so my takeaway from, this part of the conversation is it's not just what we know, it's not just what we see, but what we actually do. And a lot
Mhm.
of us use all of these reasons why Let's just be honest. We make a lot of fear based excuses as to why. Well, I'll do it next Sunday. I'll do it next Monday. I'll do it when I have more money in the bank saved. I'll do it when I finish this course and certifications. And some of us have been doing that for years, right? And we still have not seen the forward progress that we would see if we just actually just go for it
Yep,
and just do
exactly.
it. And then I think too, inspiration doesn't always last. That's the scary thing sometimes about sitting on stuff too long, is that inspiration doesn't always last. It can turn into, like I said, just something that gets buried under life and having children and jobs. And you look up and now 5 or 10 years has gone by. And you never went for it. And there are so many people who I think in millennials now that are like, no, I'm not going to be like my parents and my grandparents. I'm going to do the thing, right?
Yes.
Why do you think, we're different in that sense? Why do you think that we're more so going for it than just saying, oh, I'll wait another 5 or 10 years?
Honestly, I again, back to social media. I mean, it can go one of two ways, right? You're constantly seeing people succeed and you know it's possible now because you see it all the time. Like people are doing it all the time. It can also be like, oh, that's just them. They did that and it can kind of hold you back a little bit or yeah, anything like that. But honestly, social media, being able to build community and see in real life. I feel like just now it's so much easier to communicate with people
Yeah.
through social media,
Hmm.
through the internet, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, we have a
And
lot more. We have a lot of more
yeah,
tools and resources, maybe, and that makes us
yeah.
a lot of us say, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, and that's what I
Yeah.
want us to leave with, because again, inspiration doesn't always last, and it's so easy to get caught up on the dopamine that comes from everything that's aesthetically pleasing now. That we get caught up on the vibes of the moment rather than the actual work required to attain that result that we want. We love content, we love quotes, we love sermons, we love podcasts, we repost all these things, but we don't often think of the accountability that's needed to follow through, or the support, even that's needed. And so, again, I want us to shift the conversation now to what transformation actually looks like, because it's not just going for it, it is intentional actions, right? That help us to get there. For me, it's showing up when I'm tired. I'm doing this today, but I have a headache. And I did not have such a great day, but I still had to show up. That's what transformation looks like. It's
Mhm.
because this is also a practice for me. This is something that I'm getting better at. And so if I decided that today I wasn't going to do it because I didn't feel well or I didn't have a great day, then I'm halting my progress. Now there are days where
Mhm.
you do have to take downtime and rest and things of that nature, but showing up in true transformation requires showing up. Okay. It's
Mhm.
not just about a rebrand. You can change all the colors on your, on your social media. It's
Yeah.
small, consistent decisions. It's doing something again, even
Mhm.
when you don't feel like it. So what's something small that you've maybe personally experienced that's changed your life over time? What is something that it started off small, but it created
Yeah.
transformation for you?
Well, whenever I was thinking about starting my business, just even part time, my brain and everything that I saw, I was like, no, I have to have this big portfolio. I have to have all this experience. I have to have X, Y, and Z so that people actually want to book with me. And I think the first thing was just putting my name out there. I just went ahead and created an Instagram. I went ahead and put my stuff on, like, because I do weddings, the knot and wedding wire. And I was like, we're just going to start. You start with that one thing. Something that I love to do is whenever I'm trying to create a new goal, what can I do within the next 24 hours? Because,
That's good.
that constant, like, oh, I'll do it next week. Like you were saying, I'll do it next week. I'll keep putting it off. Like maybe next year, maybe whenever we have some more money. Like now is the time. What can you do in the next 24 hours? And that really is what I started with and just kept doing that every 24 hours.
Mm.
And then it became something bigger.
I'm still in that. I like that. What can I do in the next 24 hours. And if you
Mhm.
keep building on that,
Yeah.
you can
You'll look
transform
back.
your life.
You'll look back and be like, oh, wow, I've been doing this for 365 days, and
That's so
here we are
good.
a year later. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's just those small things. It's the intentionality to
Hmm.
start somewhere. A lot of times we want to start where everyone else is, but sometimes you
Exactly.
have to just start somewhere for true
Hmm.
transformation. Transformation, again, is built in the small things we keep doing. Inspiration feels good in the moment, but it doesn't carry you. And that is a great segue to the next part of this conversation, which is community. This is where community comes in because, again, inspiration will not carry you, but having accountability, having those small steps really help. Alone, you can talk yourself out of anything, right? But in community, someone checks on you, someone reminds you, someone walks with you. So, Alexis, how has community been the driving force for your transformation in business and or personally?
It's really funny. I wish my husband was here right now to hear this, but my husband and my best friends from college, they were really the people who made me just go ahead and get started because all of them believed in me. They believed in myself whenever I didn't believe in myself. And all of these ideas that I had, they're like, girl, go for it. Like my friends were like, just do it. Like you could be so successful in this, and they could see it even whenever I had my own doubts. And same thing with my husband. Um, Now that we've been married almost a year, he's been there every day, like, you know that this is what's best for you. Let's
Mm,
keep pushing forward. Let's move on to the next thing. And having those people around you to lift you up even whenever you can't lift yourself up is
yes.
the most important thing.
It's so important. And I
Yeah.
think that what's the saying, no man is an island. I think a lot of us really do feel, especially when you work from home or you're kind of alone or you think that, oh, I do this all the time. But I'm telling you, community impacts and changes your life for the better. Good community. Let me say that.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not who's around, it's not just having people around you, but who, what
Mhm.
type of people are around you. And the beauty of community being a part of going from inspiration to transformation is the contrast is I'll do it later versus someone saying, did you do that? Did
Yeah.
you did you follow up? I know you said you want to start this. I have a friend who will do that. She'll send me an audio message and be like, "Hey, I remember you saying that you wanted to start walking for your, weight loss. Are you doing it?" And sometimes I'll be a little offended. I'm not gonna lie. But I have to say, you know what? That's accountability. And
Yeah.
accountability is love. Okay. That's what it is. It's love, it's care, it's compassion. So it's easier to stay the same when nobody is around to notice. And so I really want to drive that point home, excuse me, because again, we're talking about community, y'all. That's why we're here. That Girl Global is all about connection, collaboration, and community. So we're gonna have a little audience engagement. I'm gonna take a moment, Alexis, here just to kind of address our audience because this is what I want you all to do. If you're watching this, even if you haven't finished watching it, okay, I want you to go in the comments below and I want you to answer this. What's one thing you've been saying you're going to do, but you haven't? Okay. Do you feel like you have people around you who will help you follow through? I want you to answer these questions. And what usually stops you? Fear, overthinking, or just life? All right. I want you to stop and answer those questions below. All right. So some audience engagement. Also, I want some of you, maybe those questions don't apply to you. Maybe you are going for it. I want you to answer this. One thing you need to do and decide when you'll do it and who will hold you accountable. All right. So I want you to answer those questions, and we're going to be Alexis and I will be in the comments in the days to come to answer those and to work through it with you. Okay. Or to look at your answers and respond to you. Okay. If nothing changes after this conversation we're having, y'all, then this was just a good moment. Okay. This was just inspiration. But we took our time of our busy schedules to have this conversation with you all because we want to not just inspire you, but we want to see true transformation. We
Mhm.
want you all in our DM saying, you know what? Y'all had that conversation. And so tomorrow, in the next 24 hours, I'm going to start my business. In the next 24 hours, I'm going to start my weight loss journey. Whatever it is, we want you to let us know, okay? In the comments. All right. We want you to be transformed. All right. So our takeaway from this whole entire conversation is we don't need more information, y'all. Okay. We don't need more information. We don't need more posts. We don't need more influencers. You need consistency and good people.
Yes.
You need consistency and good people because you don't have to do life alone. But you do have to choose to be connected. Okay. You
Mhm.
don't have to do it alone, but you got to put yourself out there. Okay. You got to put yourself out there and choose to be connected. Inspiration starts it. Consistency builds it, and community sustains it. I'm gonna say that one more time. In order to go from inspired to transformed, inspiration starts it, consistency builds it, and community sustains it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. I was like, yes, let's go.
Awesome. Real change doesn't come from what moved you tonight watching this. It comes from what you will do tomorrow. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see all the things. I can't wait to see you at upcoming That Girl Global events because, again, you need community. We have a lot of amazing events coming up. We can't wait to see you. We have Bible study at the end of this month. We have a mixer happening next month. We have so many amazing opportunities for you to build community and accountability. Because I'm gonna be watching y'all. I'll be
Yes.
watching y'all responses. And I'll be asking y'all, have you started? Okay. Thank you so much, Alexis, for joining
Yeah.
me for this wonderful conversation. I want you to share how can people find your business, how can they follow, and how can they book you and hire you, girl?
Yeah, of course. Well, all of my social media pages is Blossoming Events DFW. It's the same for everything. My website is blossomingeventsdfw.com. Email blossomingeventsdfw at gmail. So reach out to me, DM me, you can email. Um, Everything is on my Instagram, so you can find me at Blossoming Events DFW and reach out. I also have flower bars that I rent out, which are super awesome, especially for weddings, so that flowers don't go to waste. You can still use them for your guests. But yeah, definitely reach out to me and we can set up a phone call and talk about what you need.
And she's super amazing, super professional. Y'all come to these events so y'all can see her work too. Okay. Because
Yes.
again, she is the official event planner for That Girl Global. So
Yes.
you all make sure you go support Blossoming Events DFW. Thank you again, Alexis. Thank you for all of you who have watched. Make sure you share, make sure you follow, like us on Facebook, head over to the website, become a member, all those good things. And stay tuned. We have one more installment of our Convos with Community conversation. So don't miss it.